it's massive. Wow, the lag. Wow, the kelp. Hello again. Welcome back to MAME World. And today, I want to get this kelp farm going. So, I've planted some right here just for the time being so I don't have to run all the way out to the ocean. Because it'll grow anywhere. So I figured I'm going to get this area hollowed out all the way back over there so we can get the kelp growing and get a process of collecting it. I also grabbed a conduit so we can set that up so I can easily mine. So I'm going to get that all set up and we'll get right in to the process. Alright, so that's the area where all the kelp was, and this is a model of the flying machine that gets used, and I have to tell you, I have no clue how this thing works. I just know that it does. I've tested a little bit, and it flies back and forth, and I made it 17 blocks long so that there'll be a stream of water at the end, 8, stream of water at the end, 8, and it'll plop into one hole in the middle. So now, I just have to dig this thing out, 17, actually, because there's slime blocks, 19 blocks wide, as far out as I want to go. And yeah, that's going to be great. Fun. And then the sides have to be filled in. Actually, only the top. Technically not the top. So there's going to be 2 of these once I get enough slime blocks. This is like all I've got. One of them will be up here at the surface, and it'll push the kelp along. And then one will be down here, 1 block above where the kelp will be growing. And it will, basically, it'll trim all the kelp. Kelp will float up, and then the top machine will push it back. So the first one, the only one I'm going to build is the one down there, just to cut it all down, and I'll collect it. And yeah, so let's get digging. So yeah, be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we have a giant hole. And I set up a beacon because I got tired of digging under there without one, but it's massive and long and gonna start growing some kelp pretty soon. So I'm gonna start throwing the kelp down and figuring out the flying machine. So basically the flying machine is gonna start down at that end, buzz down here, hit a reverse, and head back, and that will basically cut all the kelp right down to the bottom, and it can start growing again. And it'll be right about here that it will stop, and then at the top is where we'll build the other one. But along the sides, I'm going to be putting some sort of glass or something so that the kelp can't go flying out the sides and lose it. So yeah, that's the next step, and I've got quite a bit of kelp, so we're going to start planting it, and just have to put it everywhere, and this is very inefficient, so I'm going to start just walking along, planting it. I don't think I'm going to do the last one, but yeah, we'll have to figure out how the machine works, and I don't want that. And I have to kill you. Alright, be right back when I get a little bit more progress done. Alright, so the kelp is in all the way from that side to the other end, and I made sure that all of this is source water so it can grow and this can harvest it. So it's time to make the flying machine. So this is the center, so we're gonna make our little flying machine right here. Put the observer there, get rid of that, and then let's see, sticky piston, slime block. Oops, don't want that, don't want that. There we go. And then we'll put the blade of the flying machine sticking out here. And then also on the other side. There we go. Now all I have to do is, to activate it, is to hit this. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's awesome. Look at that freshly mowed kelp. It's beautiful. Wow, that's a lot of kelp. Oh man, just think about what this is gonna be like when we have a machine pushing all this to the end. Holy cow. Wow, it's really growing up down here where I started planting it. So then we'll have to create a thing down here which will activate it and send it back. Oh man, the frames. I'll send it back and it'll stop down there and only start when we want it to. Hoofda. Wow, the lag. Wow, the kelp. Alright, so we'll take out the machine now. Now that we know that it works. And we'll set up the send back thing, or whatever you want to call it. Which we'll put in one so that it can harvest this as well. And wow, that's really cool. And then of course we'll have to set up glass along the sides so we don't lose anything out the side. Okay, we need 17 of these slime blocks. I can't lose any. I'm not a rich guy. 16. Oh, one more. There it is. Alright, so we'll set up the glass along the sides. Flying machine down the middle again at the top. Wow, it's really coming along. This is awesome. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back, and I have started putting in the glass all the way around. I put in the mechanism down there for sending this back, and I'm going to throw this furnace down right here, which will not only start it, but should also stop it. Alright, so everything seems to be working fine so far. This is good. So I just want to do a test to make sure the thing goes all the way down, stops, and comes all the way back. So let's speed through this. Alright, the stopper and sender backer, or whatever you want to call this thing, works. Just an observer, there's a repeater right behind it with 4 ticks, then a piston pushing that way, which this observer sees, sending a pulse to send it back. Alright, so that works, and the furnace refuses to be pushed, so this will stop there. So I'm off to collect a little more glass. And look at this, I have collected enough slime that I can make the top machine that's going to fly over and push all this to the end. So get the glass, put in that machine, put in... Basically the best way to put a line down here is observers. Bam, there we go. So we'll put a line down for observers. That'll send this thing going, and yeah, coming along quite nicely. Be right back. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, the glass is finished. It's in. The upper flying machine is in. And I realized a mistake with the furnace. For some reason, when you place it, it starts the machines fine, but when you break it, it doesn't. So I set it off to this side, now it stops it, and now you just place the block down right here and break it. Well, you place it down, it moves, and then you can break it. Same for this. And I ran into a little bit of problem with the return mechanism for the top flying machine. I didn't want to stop all of the kelp from being able to go in here, so I wanted to minimize the amount of space that's being used up. So I used an observer here with the furnace so that it can't push it. That activates the signal, which sends this piston, sticky piston, pushing this block down, which sends the machine back with a little bit of a delay just to make sure the thing comes to complete stop. Then I started on the what is this thing called? Collection system. That's what it is. So all the kelp comes flying in here, drops into right there. I don't know why it's stopping right there. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, what? How is this? Oh, that's right. Oh, okay. So the machine didn't get stopped getting Okay, let's see if I can swim out of this. There we go. The machine stopped and didn't fly back because I had a sign sitting right here which prevented that block from coming down. So let's do that. Will that work? That should work, right? Yes, now everything that flies in here should just, yep, drop into there. So that collection part is done. Okay, now I've got a problem. Now how do I get out? I want to swim. 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 I ain't gonna go swim, am I? Can I? Yes, okay, there we go. Alright, so the collection area is going to be back here. And in another episode, we'll probably build a giant cooker back here. But I think that's it for the fly machines. I do need to start the, what's it going to be called? The ignition, the trigger, whatever, that starts these machines. And what I want is that the first one starts, and then about, oh, I don't know, 10 seconds later, this one starts. Otherwise, I could make it so that when that one comes back, this one starts, because that'd be a lot of lag for both these to go at the same time. That's a better idea. All right, so we're going to start it so that this one, we're going to start it. We're going to make it so that this one starts, goes there, comes back. When it gets back to here, it'll send a signal up for this one to start. And then, yeah, we'll have to put that one on a daylight sensor. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'll be right back. All right, I am back, and it's beautiful. I love it. I had to change the stop and send back mechanism over there a little bit because when it got over there, this water was completely gone and it didn't fill back in. So I moved it up one. It still works absolutely fine. Then I put in redstone line in the water, which is done with observers and droppers. And the way this works is that the bottom flying machine has this observer attached to it, and it goes out, and when it comes back, it detects the change behind it, I guess, and activates this dropper, which has nothing in it, but the change in block status updates this one, which updates this dropper, which updates this whole line of observers, and then this dropper, and then these observers sending this one. So the bottom one goes all the way across, all the way back, then this one goes. And the way this one goes, you can see I've got the same type of system here. I set a daylight sensor, and it's set to go off with an inverted redstone signal only around like midnight Minecraft time. I don't know. So I set up this little AFK spot here with a solid block above my head so the phantoms don't come after me. And yeah, about once a day, this thing will go off, and it'll cut the kelp down, and then it'll push it all to the end, and yeah, it's awesome, absolutely awesome. I kind of let this thing go a little too long one time, and most of the kelp was at this height. That was a lot of lag. That was a lot of lag. But everything is working absolutely perfectly. I don't have any kelp here, but I did set it off one time. Oh yeah, that time, and I filled up like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chests with it or something. It was a lot of kelp. So I can't wait to get the furnace. Get the furnace smelting system set up in this area, and I think it's going to be great. Oh, and randomly, the top one just goes off. If you guys can tell me why that is, yeah, let me know in the comments down below, please. But if you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you're liking this whole series, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and trying to get to 200 subscribers, and I'm working on a really cool giveaway when I get to 200 subscribers. So you guys subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Ready for some lag?